Hi friends, welcome back to Smart Engineering Academy. Myself Amit. So I am here with the continuation of WRD question paper. This is the part 6 of my video. So let me read out the question. Sand stratum at a site is 6 meter. So we have one sand stratum with respect to the ground level. The sand stratum has height. It has been given as 6 meter. And water table is at the depth of 2 meter from the ground surface. From the ground surface up to 2 meter we have a groundwater table. Is it okay? Fine. The soil is dry above the water table. Above the water table the soil is in dry condition. If the soil gets saturated by capillary rise, of course there will be a water. If water is present here, there will be a capillary rise where the dry soil is going to get saturated. Is telling capillary rise the height of 1 meter above the water table up to 1 meter above. Okay, this is 1 meter. Up to 1 meter above the water table there will be a capillary rise due to which saturation is going to take place. The effective stress at a point 1.5 meter from the ground level. So from the ground level up to 1.5 meter, what is the effective stress? What is the condition of effective stress? They are asking. That is due to capillary rise. Of course, in this condition, due to this condition, the ground level, the effect will be increased. So increase is the right answer because the water is getting entered. Of course, the effective stress is going to get increased because see, effective stress will be equal to stress minus pore water pressure. The pore water pressure is going to take place where effective stress is going to get increased. So next question. Soil which is not completely consolidated under the existing overburden pressure is called as under consolidated clay, which is very direct question. So layer of gibbsite sheet joined to a silica sheet in the basic structure of dash clay mineral. This question comes in geotechnical engineering of topic clay mineralogy. So in this I will just explain you two conditions. If gibbsite sheet is joined to the silica sheet, again gibbsite sheet is formed to the silica sheet, there will be a formation of hydrogen bond at this point. This type of mineralogy is called as colonite mineral. So colonite is the right answer for this question. In the second option, see, gibbsite is attached with silica in both the faces where water bond is present in between the two faces, which is called as montmorillonite. But according to the question, this condition is the right answer. Next one is again the question is from geotechnical engineering, very important and very easy question. So in this question they are telling an embankment with a side slope 1:1 is constructed with a soil having a cohesion. Cohesion is been given here where cohesion will be equal to 5 kilonewton per meter square. The angle of internal friction will be equal to 22.5 degree and the unit weight is given, which is 18 kilonewton per meter cube. The stability chart of 1:1 slope is given according to the angle of friction. So this is the stability chart in which angle of internal friction versus stability number is been given. The height of the embankment required for the factor of safety 1.5 is asking. The factor of safety is given. The factor of safety will be equal to 1.5. So now what I need to make in order to find this value, see, the formula is very simple, that where H will be equal to cohesion C divided by gamma into stability number into factor of safety. So what is the value of cohesion? Cohesion is already given where cohesion is equal to 5, gamma is 18 and what is stability number? Stability number we need to find, and factor of safety is given. Factor of safety is 1.5. So this is the angle of internal friction. According to the question, they're asking us to find the stability number with respect to 22.5. 22.5 will come here in between 20 and 25, which is 22.5. If we interpolate these two values, the value here it will come as 0.053. So 0.053, then the height of the embankment, if you substitute this, the height of the embankment will be, you will get it as 3.49 meters. So this would be the right answer for this question. Next, a canal of 80 kilometer long. So length of the canal, which is given it as 80 kilometer long, has an average surface width which is equal to 15 meter. So surface area can be found out, that is equal to 80 into 15, which in terms of kilonewton, length into meter, which is equal to I'll just change the value here. Okay, sorry guys, my battery is running low. I'll meet you in